Well, Coach, new team, all set for a new season, 2018, and new staff, new players, or whatever. What's the outlook for Endicott football?
Obviously, it's been it's a long preseason at this point in time. I think they're ready to hit somebody else, but also at the same time, it's been exciting. It's good to see these guys in pads and not only see the being a new team, we got to see the returners. At the same time, we also got to see the freshmen too, and where the freshmen that we were recruited to see where they compare to the current guys and things like that. We brought in 55 freshmen, so it's a good number. So a lot of reps, and it's just not only talking X's and O's, but also trying to change some mentalities, some cultures around too as well.
If you were to look at a few names of players that are going to be impact players, that obviously they will be impact players on offense or defense, what names would you single out for me?
I think, first and foremost, it starts up front. You have Isaiah Gibbs and Shane Tolan and Khalil Goodman. They were all conference linemen, so a lot of people know about those names. They've had a great camp, especially Shane Tolan's really done and taken it up to a whole nother level this camp. Zach Denike's a receiver that a lot of people know of, and Riley Shanley, our tight end. There's a few other names that have come up. Ryan Nelson's done a good job at the tight end position. Joe Klosky and Dylan Bonfelli have been battling the whole camp as well. So there's definitely some other people moving around, and then Anthony Whiteley, running back as well. And then actually freshman running back John Kinney from Wilmington has been doing a good job as a freshman too on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, you have Alan Gibson, an all-conference player returning. Christian Mazzai is a captain. Another guy, so there's those, and then there's no Fernley. So there's some guys with some experience, but they were younger last year.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, Will Rivera at line, and then Allende Johnson, and then another of our captains, Connor Shinneman up front. So, there's good core here, and as well as there'll be some good newcomers coming in as well.
Game 1 this weekend at Framingham State. So what can you tell me about that matchup?
Right now, they've definitely got the edge. They've won this game for the past many years. I think we looked at the other night, it was like 140 or something to 30 something over the last 3 years. So definitely they've done a great job. Coach Kell's done a great job at Framingham State all these years. They've been to the playoffs or the MASCAC champions and stuff. So it's definitely a tough test for our team, especially on the road. Our guys are excited about it. Nothing, you play football, it's a great challenge they have. But I think also too, it's we had a scrimmage last week versus Worcester State, and I think it was good for the players and the coaches to kind of not even talking football, but just have like a mock travel of how we travel and how we load the buses and how we eat our meals. And it sounds crazy, but it was good being the first year, so they get used to how we travel, what we're traveling in, what's the itinerary, what's the meal. So we kind of got that knocked out by default the same way. So I think we're definitely excited, ready to hit somebody else, and they pushed through. It's been a crazy camp with, beginning of camp a couple weeks ago was like 60 degrees and rain, and it was like Seattle. Now it's like Arizona out here. So I know we'll be ready for any element that gives us.
Well, I tell you what, I was in Arizona in May. This isn't Arizona. This is worse than Arizona. But you're right. I know exactly what you're saying. This is the classic August football double sessions kind of weather that all players would despise, I guess. Finally, I mean, if you were to pull out a strength or a concern on your team, might that be? In other words, an area where you're working on, you have to work on it as a team, but yet overall, where would a strength might be on this team?
I think our strength would probably be up front, O-line, D-line, a lot of returners there. So definitely, definitely I'd say that's our strength. Obviously, return, John Glazer's a kicker, but we actually have Nick DeCarano's a transfer kicker from Pace, so he's got that Division II, experience, got a great leg. I think that's obviously a strength. Weakness-wise, I think every team has a sort of strength and weaknesses, and not to be cliches, but I feel like we really won't know until getting to the first game, because there'll be new faces too.